Today I'm going to be testing several very different types of briquettes, from the cheapest instant light bags to regular supermarket briquettes to specialty briquettes from the UK's leading brand. Many people think that all wood briquettes are created equal. So we're going to test out that theory in the real world. Let's do this. Right then, so we have arrived at Morrisons petrol station. We are interested in the home fuel section. So we've got a Firelog here, burns up to 90 minutes. We'll definitely test that. And then we've also got some high energy, ultra dry heat logs. Perfect. Clean burning, easy lighting. We'll definitely test that out. So we're gonna head into McDonald's. No, we're not. We're gonna head into Sainsbury's to see what they've got, because they're always stocking these type of baguettes. And be interesting to see what they've got. I know in the last video I went to Asda and they didn't have anything. Just never know when you come into Sainsbury's or any supermarket what wood fuel you are going to find. Right, so all we have here is the old instant barbecues. Nothing good for us today. I'm confident the range will have some good stuff. Yes, here we go. We have arrived at our destination. As always, we have the wood fuel at the opening of the store. Right, FuelSell Hardwood Eco Logs, 5 logs. How much are we? $5.99 each. All right then, that is ideal for the test. It's like an absolute maze in the range, as always. Haha, here we have it. This is what we're looking for. This could be the final piece to the puzzle. The Firelogs by FuelSell. £1.49, considerably cheaper than the ones that we had at the Morrisons petrol station. So this is going to be absolutely perfect for the test, I feel. Wow, heavy. And then I've also purchased these from Lekto Woodfuels. So we've got our Firelogs here, we've got our Hardwood Heat Logs, and then we've also got our Night Briquettes. Right, so we've got the FuelSell Firelog, which we got from the range. Now that one was $1.49, burns up to 2 hours. And then this one from the Morrisons petrol station by Zip burns up to 90 minutes, and this one was £3.09. Similar size, there's not much in it to be honest. So interesting to see 2 hours and 90 minutes. So first up was the FuelSell Firelog. Now with these instant light ones, they're all about ease of use. And this was exactly that. This lit up very quickly, but also lost heat extremely quickly. And it's just poor value. At £1.49 for each one, it's just not for me. It's hard to beat in terms of convenience, and I can see why people do buy these. It's just not for me at that price point. Then we've got the Firelog by Zip. Now similar story to the FuelSell one really. It lit pretty much instantly but lost its heat within 30-40 minutes, and this is terrible value at £3.09. I feel like I've been robbed with this one. Then we also picked up the Homefire Heat Logs from the Morrisons petrol station. They were $8.99, so it's about 75p per one on that one. And now these are all fairly uniform in size and shape, and it lit fairly easily, nice and clean, and gave a good initial flame, but the heat output dropped way sooner than I expected. Then we've got our FuelSell Hardwood Eco Logs. Now these were 5 logs for $5.99, so works out about £1.20. Fairly similar to the Homefire ones, lit nice and easy and clean, and the heat output was definitely stronger, but again, just doesn't last. So definitely would not be going near them again. Okay, first up for Lekto Woodfuels, we've got the 8-hour Night Briquettes at £19.95 for 20 kilograms. That's about 99p per kilogram. But something to bear in mind is that most of these prices do vary across seasons. So this was the price when I filmed. So these are made from a proprietary mix of softwood bark. These claim to be the most cost-effective wood heating fuel on the UK market. These are seriously high quality. You can just tell by touching them. These are pretty dense and heavy, and they took a little longer to get going, but once lit, they kept a steady flame and the heat output was really good for a long period of time. Then we've got the Firelogs. These look really good at £20.95 for 20 kilograms. That's about £1.05 per kilogram. And these look to strike that balance between that high heat output and that long burn time. So I can see why these are a very popular everyday choice. These are solid, smooth cylinders with almost no loose dust, and these lit really quickly, gave off a bright, hot flame and maintained strong heat for a long time. Really impressed with these. Then finally, the Lekto Hardwood Heat Logs at £21.95 for 20 kilograms. That's around about £1.10 per kilogram. And these look the exact opposite of Night Briquettes. Looking at the reviews, these briquettes look like they produce a ludicrous amount of heat, and they do it super fast. So they're perfect for heating up cold rooms, ski lodges, or just using in guest houses. It's recommended that you break these into chunks as they produce a ridiculous amount of heat. So best to start with 1 or 2 chunks. They are super energy dense. Honestly, so much heat came out of these. It was unbelievable, seriously impressive. And there it is. I'd have to say that the instant light briquettes, they're great for speed, but just such poor value per unit of heat. Then the Homefire and FuelSell logs, they performed okay, nice and easy to light, but you'll just use so much more of them to match the heat output of the premium option, so I'll be avoiding them. The Lekto Night Briquettes, they lasted the longest in terms of useful heat output. Depending on the condition and efficiency of your wood stove, these briquettes can last from up to anywhere between 6 and 10 hours, and most people are averaging around 8 hours. Then the Hardwood Heat Logs, fastest, hottest burn by far, serious firepower. These will make your rooms warm in just minutes, but you just need to be careful of these. And then the Firelogs, I would say, offer the best balance between strong heat and long burn time. In terms of composition, they're actually very similar to those instant light logs, just without the instant light packaging, but they're just so much cheaper. So if you can just take the 30 seconds it takes to start a fire with kindling and natural fire lighters, you could be saving crazy amount of money every single time you light a fire. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button and pop any questions or comments below. And if you've got any new video ideas for me to try, then let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.